Hi everyone, I'm back again. And today I'm going to be doing the Synastry chart between Selena and Yolanda Saldivar. I'm sure you're already familiar about what happened between these two. Yolanda murdered Selena and was embezzling her money. So I'm going to get started on this compatibility chart because it's very fascinating and eerie at the same time. Yolanda's swindle conjuncts Selena's vertex 2 degrees. And I have talked about the vertex so many times before, and it's like a second ascendant in your natal chart. So whatever conjuncts your vertex from another person, those energies will come to you and it will affect you strongly. Swindle has to do with lying, cheating, fraudulent behavior, and stealing. Yolanda's Goldfinger conjuncts Selena's descendant 0 degrees. The descendant is a very important angle in a compatibility chart. Goldfinger has to do with money. So Yolanda went in there into Selena's bank accounts with her fingers and grabbed Selena's money. Selena's Uranus conjuncts Yolanda's Okada 1 degree. Uranus is a very unstable planet. You never know what to expect from the energies. It could be great or shocking and or out of the blue. So all of a sudden, Yolanda went off the deep end and perpetrated violence towards Selena because that's the energies that Okada represents. And this aspect is at 1 degree, so that's tight. Selena's Diarrest and Lachesis conjuncts Yolanda's North Node 2 degrees. Whatever conjuncts your North Node from the other person, that will be the basic theme of the relationship for you. So Diarrest has to do with being arrested, and Lachesis is a death marker. Since it's conjuncting Yolanda's North Node, that was the basic theme of the relationship. She was arrested for the murder of Selena, and she's still in prison. Yolanda's Sedna conjuncts Selena's Sun and the asteroid Law 2 degrees. Sedna has to do with extreme betrayal, and since it's conjuncting Selena's Sun, that's a very important luminary, so you have to pay attention to whatever conjuncts your sun and your moon and angles as well. Selena's Sun is holding hands with Law. That's self-explanatory. So Law was involved in this extreme betrayal towards Selena. Her point of fortune conjuncts Yolanda's gun. Wow. Point of fortune looks like a circle with a cross in the middle, and it's like a mini Jupiter, so it magnifies the energies of whatever it touches. And it's conjuncting Yolanda's gun. So right here, more validation. She shot Selena, and it came on suddenly, which ties back to the Uranus conjuncting her Okada, Selena's Okada. There's violence involved. Yolanda's Atropos conjuncts Selena's IC 2 degrees. Atropos is a death marker, and in Greek mythology, she was the one that determined the life and death of someone. She had the scissors and she cut the cord, and it's conjuncting Selena's IC. This is at the bottom of the chart. It opposes the midheaven. So this happened behind the scenes. No one saw who murdered Selena. The only way they found out was because right before Selena died, her last words were that it was Yolanda and that she was in a motel room, and that's how they found Yolanda. Her Mars, Cassandra, conjuncts Selena's Atira and Astarte. Wow. Mars has to do with, it's a war planet, and it has to do with anger and violence, and it can also represent weapons. And it's conjuncting Yolanda's Cassandra, and that energy has to do with no one is going to believe you. You can try to convince people of what happened, but there won't be any belief from other people towards whatever you're saying. That's what this represents. And it's conjuncting Selena's Atira, which has to do with money, and Astarte, which has to do with blow-ups and war. So between these two, there were huge arguments, and Selena did not believe anything that Yolanda had to say. And we have Mars, the war planet, and money involved. So again, this is validation for the previous aspects that I explained before. But there's more. In Selena's natal chart, Agamemnon conjuncts her north node. And whatever conjuncts your north node in your natal chart will be one of the basic themes in your life. Now, everyone knows that Selena was a singer and she was successful at it. Unfortunately, in this case, she will also be remembered for the senseless atrocity and the sudden homicide that happened to her, because that's the energies that Agamemnon represents. Yolanda's chaos conjuncts Selena's Chiron and Okeda, 2 degrees. So again here, there's a lot of violence associated with this interaction between these two. But in Selena's natal chart, her Chiron is conjuncting Okeda. So in her life, the greatest pain that she had was due to the violence because of Yolanda's chaos is conjuncting this, the Chiron and the Okeda. So lots of chaos that brought on extreme violence and pain in Selena's life. Now, Yolanda's law conjuncts Selena's north node, 0 degrees. So the basic theme for Selena was not only just the embezzlement and the murder, but there was law involved here. So everything ties in together. And since the North Node is a very important aspect in the compatibility chart, this is it's validation because there's law involved here. Yolanda's Nessus also conjuncts Selena's IC by 0 degrees. So like I said before, her Atropos conjuncting Selena's IC, but also Nessus is involved as well. And that has to do with abuse. Her Ishtar, Pholus, conjuncts Selena's Ascendant by 3 degrees, and Euterpe and Ishtar. Wow. More validation of huge arguments and blow-ups, because Pholus is like an explosion, and it's holding hands with Yolanda's Ishtar, which has to do with arguments and blow-ups as well. And since it's conjuncting Selena's Ascendant, very important angle, she brought these energies into the relationship, and there was huge arguments because of the Ishtar, but also Euterpe. And Euterpe has to do with music. So a lot of dissension, arguments, and blow-ups over her fan club, the music, and the money. Okay, so I'm going to turn this over and tell you what else I found. Selena's Jupiter, the largest planet in the solar system, conjuncts Yolanda's Hazard and Banks. Interesting. Hazard has to do with, it's pretty much self-explanatory. Yolanda was a hazard, and the Banks, that has to do with money. So Selena's Jupiter magnified these energies, and she should have never trusted her, because Hazard and Banks, Yolanda was a hazard with Selena's money. So that's all I have, and I hope you enjoyed this interpretation, and I will be back soon with other synastry charts. So hit the subscribe button to stay in the loop. Have a nice day.